Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's take a look again on the world market. So the situation here is becoming more interesting. You can see market starts to show some bounces, preparation for the non-farm proposal is mostly the same as in euro currency, but in euros you will see market stand slightly lower, so here's the breakout was a bit stronger. On the gold market, here is a bit mixed type of action, because from first glance you can see that we've got the breakout of the flag pattern here, but market now returning back, so it might be treated as the bearish trap. This market shows the fake breakout of the flag pattern. At the same time, it's nothing finished yet here, just because market is flirting with a MACD indicator, and we could get the bearish grabber. It's actually what we talked about. And before the major data release, any sign, any pattern will be very important. And if we, for instance, by today's close, we'll get the grabber here, and tomorrow we will be watching for those numbers that probably will be will stand in favor of the downward continuation, downward breakout. Market's not oversold here, sell-off was very strong, and actually we consider downside continuation back to the 17 even somewhere, because just market has the oversold level around this level. So maybe we will not get any breakout of the downside anytime soon, but in the case of the positive numbers, it might be downside acceleration, especially if we'll get the grabber here. So this brings new detail for those of you who consider taking the short position but haven't taken it yet. Speaking about the numbers, I would say that if we will get numbers below the 400,000, we probably should get some upward bounce here. I will show you the targets and patterns that could be formed there a bit later on the lower time frame. If we'll get the positive numbers, I suspect it's around 600,000 or better, we'll get downside breakout, downside acceleration. Based on the upside pattern, so potentially we could get theoretically a hand and shoulders pattern here, because we already have the free drive as market, surprisingly, but it's working more aggressively to the upside here right now. Its pullback stands stronger than we suspected. We yesterday have talked about near standing resistance area somewhere around 1770. Market current is climbing higher. Potentially, divergence of course here as well stands. So potentially, if we suggest that numbers will be supportive to the gold market, we could get first action right to the 1796, 93 confidence resistance, just because it's suggested by the free drive target. So market has to take out the top between the second and third drive. So we have this third drive here, third drive here, and second here, and third here. This is top between them. So by the free drive rules, market should take it out of this top. It's completely patient. That simultaneously might become the head. And if we apply the same harmony of the hand shortest pattern with A, B, C, D, that's probably the next target could be 1820, 1815. This will be the next confidence that market could reach with this pattern. Some balance if numbers will be not too good in the market. So it's potentially bullish pattern to consider. But guys, to consider any bullish pattern here, I would better to wait for clarity around daily grabber. If it will not be formed, the market indeed will turn trend to bullish, then it would be better to wait for maybe a barrels release, or at least wait the final point of this pattern. So trying to take a position somewhere around 1770, 1765, just because it minimizes your risk, because your stop will be somewhere below this area. So buying right here, this will be too extended stop loss order. So if you think about it, trying to gamble on barrels data. So that's what about the bullish pattern. On the hourly chart, take a look what we have. This is our free drive, as I said. It's target now on the way up. Market has completed XLP in 1777 agreement. So theoretically, we have another short-term setup, something like that is cheaper to sell pattern that we discussed yesterday. So the scalp traders also would consider for taking the short position around it, because we still do not know what will happen on the non-farm proposal. Is since potentially we have the grabber, we could try slightly anticipate it today consider taking a short position with the agreement of the XOP. XOP stands from this ABC bottom pattern. And the market should show at least the 30% pullback. It will be somewhere to 1767 maybe. That will let you to protect your position with a break-even stop. So and then see what will happen. Control the situation on the daily chart, but grabber will be formed. And see what will happen with your bearish position. Move your stops to the break-even as soon as possible here. If grabber will not be formed, the market jumps up again, well, this will be a riskless trade and you just could sit aside and wait for payroll's release. Well, if numbers indeed will be positive, in this case, market probably will start dropping further. So that's a few patterns and thoughts that we're going to offer you in the gold market. Maybe they will be useful in your trading today and tomorrow.